These three crosses were built and placed here about a quarter century ago. And they were placed here by this man, Bob Martin. They stood as a landmark for all those years, and it's time to rebuild. So we're gonna make a material list, and we're gonna rebuild them, and we're gonna get started. Good morning. Getting ready to start construction on these crosses. Originally, these crosses were built with a butt joint, and they were fastened this way. Over time, that joint came apart and was repaired with caulk, and it was fixed, but over time it just didn't hold up. So what I'm going to do is I want to use a miter joint. So I'm going to cut this on a 45 degree, both pieces. And I'm going to fasten them together this way with glue and nails and clamps. So I'm going to fasten them together this way and this way, and that joint will never come apart. It'll be glued. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm getting ready to start right now, and we chose to use cedar so it won't rot. It'll last. After cutting these pieces to the approximate size, I'm going to pre-cut my pieces. I'm going to set them aside for now until I take them to the table saw. Okay, we're at the table saw. I'm getting ready to start ripping my pieces. I just wanted to point out, at the lumber yard, I carefully selected each piece for the straightest pieces. If you can look down the line, very straight. So they had a nice selection. And now I'm going to set this piece aside, and then we're going to start. I have my table saw already set up on a 45 degree angle, and it's right width. And we're going to get started with the small pieces first. So let's do that. I have my pieces cut to the approximate length. These are the short ones. And when I rip this, I'm going to try to stay right to that very edge. I don't want to take too much off. I don't want to take too little off. So I have the saw preset. I'm all set to go. So let's do that. Okay, I'm back at the table saw. I ripped one side off of all my pieces. I'm going to rip the other side now. And there's a bunch of my rips right there. But I wanted to point out to you, this piece I've already ripped both sides. The first ones were built in a similar fashion. They were built, and then they slid over a 6x6 post. 6x6 post is 5.5 inches. So I gotta make sure when we cut the width down, that the inside dimension does not exceed 5.5. Otherwise we'll have a problem sliding it over the 6x6 post. So I pre-ripped this one, and we're at about 5 5/8. So that looks pretty good. I don't anticipate any problems. And let's go ahead and rip the rest of our pieces. I'm going to start with the short ones. Yeah, right on the edge. And that's it. I'm going to rip the rest of these and I'll be back. Okay, I'm back at the miter saw and I'm getting ready to cut my pieces to length. Two of the crosses are approximately 5 foot by 10 foot, and the bigger cross is approximately 12 foot by 6 foot. So I'm going to cut my pieces all to the same length. And what I did is I clamped a little block there. So when I go to cut this, I'll make all of them the same length. So that's what I'm getting ready to do now. I'm going to cut off, I'm just going to square up the one end. So let's do that now. The shorter cross, the two short crosses, I'm going to need 8 pieces cut at approximately 8 foot. So I'm going to start that now. Again, I need 8 pieces, and I'm just squaring off the one end. Again, I'm going to continue on with 8 pieces. Then the larger cross, I'm going to cut 4 pieces, approximately 10 foot long, and I'll do that. Okay, I have all my vertical pieces cut to the same length, and I'm ready to cut the horizontal pieces. I am setting my saw at a 45-degree angle, and on the very ends are going to get capped off. So they have to be cut on a 45-degree angle as well. So that's what I'm trying to achieve right there. Okay, I'm going to finish cutting my horizontal pieces. I'm going to start by cutting one side of each piece. And I need 4 6-footers, and I need 8 5-footers. Once I've cut one side of all pieces, I will set up a stop block like I originally did for the vertical pieces, and then I'll be able to cut them all the same size without having to measure each piece. So let me finish doing that and I'll be back. Okay, I have all my vertical pieces cut and I'm ready to start construction of the cross. And I wanted to show you how I plan on fastening my pieces together. I'm going to use this jig. It's called the pocket jig, and I'm going to drill some holes. So this is one of my cross member pieces. The idea is to screw everything from the inside out, so there will be no visible fasteners. And so what I'm going to do is, not only am I going to fasten my cross member piece to the vertical piece in this direction from the other side, I'm also going to screw it from the inside this way with pocket screws. And I'll show you how I'm going to do that. Clamp my piece of wood into the jig, and I got my drill here with a special drill bit. So there's my pocket holes. Once I glue the vertical piece to the horizontal piece and I screw it from the other side, I'm going to also screw it from this side. So it will be very tight, it won't come apart, and it's going to be great. So I'm getting ready to start construction. Good morning. We're getting ready to start day 2 of our project. We're going to start by gluing these pieces together and fastening them. I screwed a couple blocks on the bottom of this piece just to hold it temporarily. Then we're going to glue it, and I'll show you how we're going to do that. I've got some premium wood glue. It's good for exterior. So I'm going to put some glue along this joint. And I'm going to use my finger to spread it. I don't want to put too much on there, but I got to make sure I put enough. I don't want to make a mess, but it needs to have glue all the way to the edge. So we're going to do that. So I'm holding this right here very flush. It's got to be perfect right here. Real important. Looking pretty good. I've got galvanized nails in my nail gun. See, glue oozed out a little bit. That's perfect. Alright. Checking this for square. And it is pretty square, so I'm happy there. Just going to go down the line, making sure I'm good here. Okay, it's all looking pretty good. I'm going to wipe off the excess glue here. I have a little sanding block. I'm just going to get that little bit of glue off of there. And I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to do the other side as well. And I'm only going to do 3 sides for now. So I'm going to glue this side together. Again, I'm going to check it with the square. Making a flush there. And I'll be back. Okay, I'm ready to fasten my cross member piece to my short vertical piece. Remember, I put 3 sides together. I left the top side off. And what I did is I marked a center line here all the way across, squared it across, and I've got this temporary block I'm going to put right there, and I have a center mark on it right there. I'm going to set this up. I got my center mark there, and once I got those 2 centered, I'm going to fasten it here and there with just a couple nails for now. Then I'm going to take this off. And let me set the camera down. I'm going to do that. First, I'm going to put some glue. I made some lines here. Then I'm going to put some glue. I don't want it to ooze out too much, but it needs to be enough glue there. And I'm going to fasten it with nails and screws. So let me do that right now. I don't want to make a mess. Nails and screws are going to hold it, but I just want to glue it anyway, just to be sure. There's my temporary block with my center line. I'm going to try to work somewhat quickly so I don't ooze that glue everywhere. In fact, I'm going to make sure I don't glue too much. Looks pretty good. Alright, so I got my center mark right there. I want to make sure this is flush here and flush on the other side. So first of all, I'm going to tack it here, just making sure it's flush. Alright. Now that I've done that, I'm going to stand this up. I'm going to check to make sure this is flush right here, because that's important as well. So that looks good. Let me lay it back down. Put a couple more nails there. Put some screws in, right about there. These are exterior screws, rust resistant. There we go. Let me double check this. Making sure that looks good. It does. Put a couple more screws down here. Let's scooch that screw over a little bit. Okay, now we got a nice tight joint. You remember, I pocket drilled these holes. The reason I did that is now I'm going to put these screws in to keep it tighter. And I got it nice and glued. You can see it. It's all glued real nice. Put these pocket screws in. Okay, I'm going to do that to the other side, and that's it for now. As you can see, our cross is taking shape. It's looking pretty good. I got all my vertical pieces set to go, and I'm going to attach this horizontal cross member next. I'm just going to glue one side first. And then I'm going to slide this out of the way and glue that side second. So I'm just going to do one side first. And so let's do that. I forgot to mention before, I get these really cool clamps. They're called ring clamps. I got this special tool, and I can use this to hold this together while I'm nailing it. So it works real well. Okay, I'm just making sure I'm flush on both ends. Looking pretty good. I'm gonna check this for square. It's looking pretty good. So I'm gonna fasten now. Just gonna go down the line, make sure I'm square. All right. So I'm going to keep on going down the line. I'm going to do the other side and I'll be back. Okay, here we are at the end of day 2. Almost done with the first one. It was a good day. Just got to put the end caps on, sand it down a little bit, and we'll be done with this one. Here's an end cap already put on the top. So that's the finished product right there. So it's nice. It came out good. So we'll get back tomorrow morning. Good morning. We're on our 3rd day of our project. I've just got a few more things to do with the first one, and probably won't film the other 2. I probably won't film the installation, but I just want to finish this one up. I still got 2 caps to put on the ends. I'm going to show you how I'm going to put this first cap on. I got this one pre-cut, but it's a little long, I think, so I might need to trim it. See, it's a little bit long, so I'm going to trim that. It's sunny. It's turned out to a beautiful day. All right. All right, that's going to work. I'm going to glue and nail it. So let's set the camera down right here. I'm going to smear the glue real good right to the very end. I want to give that glue a chance to ooze out. good fit. Stand it up a little bit. Alright, that one's done. I've got the other side to do. And probably won't film the other ones. So that's it. Okay, our crosses are in. As you recall, I left the back side off of the cross. We cemented some 10-foot posts in the ground about 3 feet, leaving 7 feet above. We stood the crosses up, and then we fastened the back side on. It was pretty easy. I put some vents in the back of the cross just to keep the heat from building up inside. And that's it. They turned out pretty good. And we just want to dedicate this in memory of Bob Martin. You know, it was his idea originally, and we just want to thank him for it. And so thanks, Bob. Save me a seat. Hope everyone liked the video and enjoyed the project. Leave me a comment below if you can. And thanks for watching. God bless.